Hello there, Cancer, and welcome to your August forecast. Really great to see everyone again. And as always, you can use this video for your sun, for your rising, and for your moon sign. So this is a very interesting month we have ahead of us. There's two cosmic events that I know have a lot of people asking questions. We have a retrograde, we also have an eclipse. I like to look at these as change agents, particularly the eclipse, and the retrograde is a chance to release cycles. And with that being said, I think that these are two blessings in disguise, basically. We have a chance now to look at things that may not have been working in our life and then make the changes and then be supported from a cosmic level on it. So of course the normal cautions apply. You we really don't want to make major purchases and things like that. But I like to embrace instead the opportunities, which is, which are basically that you can create new patterns, release old patterns, and clear the slate so that next month is even better. So with that sort of energy in mind, let's go into your channeled information for this month. And I got a feeling of overwhelming love, of people around that wanted to help. I think I touched upon that a little bit in the weekly. Can't remember because I channeled it, but what we have here is generosity or generous. And this is gifts in unexpected places. That's really what I was seeing, was just sort of like a hand handing over something that you didn't expect to receive. So part of that is being receptive, being open to people wanting to assist you. And the other thing is generosity can come from your own person, your own heart. So this is a great month for service, for volunteer work, and you'll get what you give is basically the message that I get with that. So right before we get into the Celtic Cross, I'm going to pull one card because for those of you that follow the weeklies, I know that I forgot to pull a card for Cancer. So I'm going to pull the card for the remainder of this week. Still will be useful for the first week of August. And so your card for the first week of August is focusing on being in the spotlight. And again, this is for those that watch the weekly, but it really applies to everyone, and then we'll get into the whole forecast. So with the star card, this is also going to set the tone for the energy for the month. Whenever it's reversed, there's sometimes a lack of preparedness, or you might be a little bit shy about stepping into a place where there's a lot of visibility, sometimes a lot of criticism, but also a chance to be seen. And with this other message coming through, the channeled message about generosity, I would encourage you to ask for assistance or ask for support if there's some part of your life where you have to step up, be more visible, or step outside of your comfort zone. The star card, even in its reverse state, is showing an opportunity to make a difference, to make a splash, to be seen. I would seize that opportunity. Okay? Now let's take a look at the monthly forecast, looking at the overall energy, and then we'll look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. And that is the normal format. That card was a little bit unusual, but I like to make up for if there's any errors in the weeklies, so that's what that was about. So thank you for being patient. All right, so let's pull the overall energy for the month. Definitely some change coming through at the beginning. And we will then pull cards for health, wealth, love, and destiny. So let's look at the catalyst. The catalyst card is what ties all of these together. And actually there's one that just flew out of the deck. And this one is health. So the main message for all Cancer this month is to really take care of your health. It says, I'll honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. But I really want you to focus on, first and foremost, taking care of yourself. And sometimes that's easier said than done, because we can escape in this idea of I have to do this for other people, or I have obligations, etc., etc. This is saying you first, now, and throughout the rest of this month, in order to be able to give to others. And that's also like the first note of anybody that's a caretaker. You have to take care of yourself because someone else is depending on you. True of parents, true of anybody that owns a pet, or anyone that takes care of older parents or has a dependent in their life. You've got to take care of yourself. So we have some interesting cards at the center. We have Justice in reverse, and Justice in reverse usually involves having like a breakup or a decision, and it's usually a decision that you had to, or that you didn't want to do something, or that you needed to step away from something. So it can indicate a divorce, a separation. It can also indicate judgment from court or yourself or someone else that's saying, I don't want this, or this isn't the way to go. It's a clear indicator. And it's usually a clear indicator of don't do this, or no, or do something else. It's not usually an affirmative when it's reversed. That's not bad. Again, it's clarification, it's boundaries. On top of this, we have Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a card now of new growth and opportunity coming from that place of decisiveness, of something happening. And what I sense is that it was a really difficult end of July and beginning of August because we have the Death card in reverse. So the reversal of the Death card can mean a few things. In a very literal sense, it can mean a physical death, someone passing away that you love, a loss of someone. It can also indicate a spiritual or a more of a symbolic death. So for some of you, this can involve actually like a rite of passage, graduation, retirement. Can also involve like the loss of a job, something that's a little bit more tricky, and or a breakup. All of these things are major, and you're giving up something and you're moving towards something else. And so death in reverse is showing that what you really need to be focusing on now is yourself. We're putting you first here, and there's a focus on rest and allowing healing to come in. This is actually a very kind and gentle transformation card, and you notice in the ray of light here, there's like little butterflies. So whatever this transformative event was, it's opening up new opportunities for you, and it definitely wasn't easy. But when I'm looking at this month, you start to get control back again over your life. Whatever you felt came in, sort of charging in, changing everything. Now that you've started to see what effect it will have on you, maybe you've made some decisions about what to do about it, you're starting to feel like you're back into a place of control, or at least a little bit more clarity in what's coming. As we look at your crowning card, we have Four of Cups. I would expect that when I'm looking at Justice reversed and Death reversed. What this is really saying here is you now have a chance to look at what now you can do with what's ahead. You've lost something, or there's been something that shifted unexpectedly out of focus, and this is now saying, hey, I probably should look at what else I can put my time and energy into, even though this wasn't something that I sought out. Now, if you're in a really good place, if you think, I'm not breaking up with anyone, I haven't lost anybody, what these cards are indicating is a sense of a shift in your mental perspective on not just this month, but I would say the rest of the year. Justice reverse and Death reverse. Death reverse is stagnation. Justice reverse is doing something or not doing something about an element of your life that may not be shifting enough. And again, if that doesn't resonate, this is about moving more, because Death reversed is about stagnation. You even notice on this card we see someone laying down. So I want you to, as far as physical strength goes, if you're okay, if you haven't experienced some sort of health issue, then get outside, walk more, exercise more, definitely. I also want you to move your mind more. So instead of watching TV, maybe read a book, maybe talk to someone, go out. You need to do things that are going to engage both your body and your mind. That's going to move your spirit. That's what the Chariot's about. Don't be afraid to take a trip, a vacation, or to go somewhere that's not your typical sort of area that you would live or visit. It's important to shake up the surroundings a little bit so that there's no stagnation. Four of Cups is showing also an opportunity that could come from a benefactor that you had no idea existed. And that's really connecting to this idea of generosity, or hidden generosity. So don't be afraid to tell other people if you're having a hard time or if you're looking for something in your life. And as we look at the Seven of Wands, this is a gentle reminder to take care of your mind and body. And so I talked in another video about basically protecting yourself when it comes to meditation, putting up guards. That's one thing. The other part of this is, are you eating well? Are you getting enough vitamin C? Are you putting up your natural sort of defenses through food, through nutrients, through minerals? I want you to focus on making sure that your immune system is boosted, and that if you need to take probiotics or something like that, you're doing that. Take care of yourself, again, to facilitate the healing that we were seeing in this card. Specifically getting enough rest, that's a big message that came through with Death reversed. Page of Cups reversed. There's a moment or period here of emotional turmoil or sadness, and I want you to allow yourself to move through that in however short or long time you need. But hopefully by the end of the month, you're in a place where you're ready to move through that. But allow for as much time during the course of this month as necessary. One thing that I will say is quiet time is okay. There is a time to talk about things, but there's also a time when you need to just basically deal with things and allow them to sort of sit in, allow them to resonate with you, especially if there's been a big shift. Money issues are a little bit of a concern. I can see that for some of you. This can also be the health card that we were talking about earlier with death, because Five of Pentacles can indicate health between a mother and a child, and it can also indicate relationships between mothers and children. So that's one area that might need assistance if it's not your money. And if it's neither of those, it's about allowing yourself to really create enough abundance for yourself in the future. So looking at your retirement, looking at and reinvesting in your house, basically looking at all of your assets and taking care of your property and yourself. When I look at hopes and fears, this is where your big chance for release happens, because we have the Devil card. The Devil card comes through when we have a reminder of a past addiction, or we have a temptation to do something that we're ready to release. Since you're in a retrograde, you should be ready this time when this card comes through. And I do feel like for some of you it has more to do with addictions in your life. So if there's something, it can be as small as caffeine, it can be food, it can also be nicotine, it can be sex, whatever there is that you're trying to get a handle on. This will be a chance for you to feel like you're stepping forward into a place of strength and empowerment. The other thing with the Devil card is just honesty. So making sure that you are really coming clean with anything that is bothering you in a relationship or at work. And if there's someone else in your life that you don't feel is being forthright with you, you have to sort of approach that. I think this is a month that I would avoid, for the sign of Cancer anyway, getting into new relationships. I say that because there's so much change for you. We have Death reverse, Justice reverse, the Devil card. And when I see the Devil card, it can also mean if you're meeting anyone this month, you really want to make sure that they're available. Not just available as far as being single, but emotionally available, and that they're not withholding anything. On the bright side, and there's a very bright side, your end card is Nine of Pentacles. So I see sustained and continued growth in the months to come, and I also see a place of comfort. And if you have any sort of bodily injuries, a really good chance to make positive strides and steps towards recovery. So this is almost a hint to the Strength card. So I want you to take care of yourself, and you'll see a return on that. That's the single best investment you can make this month. So let's now expand the forecast, and we will begin with your health card. Even though we got a very clear reading at the beginning with the catalyst that health would be a priority, let's see if there's any additional messages for mind, body, and for spirit. And we have balance here with Vishnu. So don't be afraid to, if there's anything in your life that's taking too much energy, too much time, pull back a little. And likewise, if there's another area of your life, this can just be work-life balance. So if you're spending too much time at the office and you miss your children, or you miss your house, or you miss your pet, make sure that you're pulling things back into focus. And if there's other parts of your life like food or exercise that are out of balance, this is it. It's all about moderation. This also means you can have fun in moderation. This isn't all about things that you have to cut. So this can mean, listen, you've worked really hard, go ahead and have that cookie this week. It's not going to be the end of the world. So everything in moderation, from being, from restraining from some things to allowing yourself a splurge occasionally too. Don't go to extremes. Extremes usually set you up for a place of not succeeding, of failing, because it's hard to keep with things that are too stringent. So be kind to yourself. Allow for celebrations and for splurges. It's okay. It's human. All right. We looked at health. We'll look at wealth now. For me, wealth includes not just money, but also opportunities in career. And for those of you in school, it can also include that. So what wealth opportunities come through? It's about knowledge acquisition. So for those of you that have wanted to go back and get training, great time to do so. For those of you that are already in school, keep up with what you're doing. It looks like you're on a great path. This is also a card that says, know what you're doing when it comes to investments and money, because we're in the wealth sector here. So there's no such thing as too much research and knowing too much when it comes to finances and the laws surrounding your fiscal obligations, etc. So I absolutely, positively encourage you to put as much energy as you'd like into education when it comes to money this month. Let's look at your love card for this month and see what is coming through for relationships. And we have a card that came through for a previous sign, receptivity, and it bears repetition, I think, here, because basically if you are looking for something to come through in love, you have to be open. And I feel like this is for you, it's more of a gentle path towards being receptive again. It says allow yourself to be receptive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. I feel like many of you need to just slowly open up the heart, slowly open up all of your chakras, and it's a recalibration this month. But once you're open to the act of receiving again, then love can come through. For some of you, love is already around the corner with the Four of Cups, but it's about timing. If the timing doesn't feel right for you, then it's not going to happen. I'm not seeing a particular sign come through this month. There is a water sign here. As I said, I think this month it's about opening up. I really wouldn't engage in a new relationship because we have the Devil card. I think what I would do is get to know yourself, improve things within yourself that you are not comfortable with, or you think someone else may be uncomfortable with, because really we want to fall in love with the state of our life and who we have become or who we're becoming. Once we're kind of feeling that sense of self-fulfillment, self-love, self-joy, that's when we become a magnet for others, because we're no longer needing adoration or like a missing piece. That's not what relationships are about. It's about finding someone that's on the same level, that's a champion, that can shine just as brightly. So work on yourself, but work on fine-tuning that you are ready, that it's okay, that even if you're in a relationship and you're trying to heal it, that you're ready to receive more love. Okay? Let's now take a look at your Destiny card. This is a large card deck, so I'm only going to shuffle it once. For Destiny, we have the Five of Flames, the Five of Wands, if you will. And with this, it's about competition. And I want you to find a way to, we talked about when you're in a relationship that you don't have to worry about outshining the other person, because ideally you're looking for someone that shines just as brightly as you. When it comes to matters of work, I want you to surround yourself by really strong and really brilliant people, because this is the key to success. When the group looks good, people aren't going to try to single one person out. You're just going to succeed together. So don't be afraid to pull in really smart people, to let people around you shine, and then also shine yourself. Do the hard work as well with the Five of Wands. It's a card that shows slow and steady wins the race, so don't give up, even if you're not seeing the forward momentum that you're hoping for. And now every sign this month gets a bonus card to see what the celestial events that are happening that we talked about are going to do to affect you positively, or perhaps setting up some sort of a learning situation for you. So for you, the eclipse and the retrograde, this is what it's bringing through. And it's interesting because I got the same card for another sign. It's about not feeling like you're left out, not being afraid to take the first step. So for you, I'm actually getting a sense of needing to be bold. And I think this really happens by the end of the month, by the beginning of the following month. You're going to slowly open yourself up. We talked about the receptivity to being open-minded, open for love, and then also if you're a business, open for business, but you're gently working your way in that direction towards the end of the month. So let's now review everything, and I'll bring it into focus because we covered a lot. So your channeled information was generosity, or to be generous, or to allow for someone in your life to be generous towards you. Also to look for that in unexpected places. So stay open, stay receptive, and remember to be also generous with love and care to yourself. Your catalyst for the month was to focus first and foremost on your health. And let's look at, again, the cards to review all of those. There's a sense of moving towards a decision right at the end of last month, the beginning of this month. It may not have been one that you had fully anticipated or wanted, but you have made it, you can move past it, and there's growth coming out of that. There was also some sort of a significant shift, either a physical, literal death, or a symbolic, metaphysical, or emotional death, some sort of a transformation that's happening for you. This is something that's good, though, because we have the Chariot here allowing for your spirit to soar after you move through that. You have to look for, like I said, the hidden generosity or the hidden opportunity. Focus on taking care of yourself, and I really think that's the main focus here because it's connecting with health. Page of Cups in reverse. Allow yourself time to heal, but don't take more than the full month, I think. But as much time during the month as you need, that's fine. Five of Pentacles, paying attention to physical health, to relationships between parents and children. With the Devil card, being honest and not being afraid to ask people about something that you might sense is wrong or that they may not be telling you. The ultimate end of this month is good. We have a Nine of Pentacles showing continued growth and your strength turning around. A special card just for Cancer this month saying the first week of the month you're going to have a chance to speak out, to be put on the spot, but don't shy away from it. Embrace it. This is your chance to make a difference and to be seen. It could especially help you if you're looking for advancement or getting ahead at work. Your health note this month is about balance. Balance in both the fun stuff we were talking about, an occasional indulgence, and also pulling back and making sure that you're doing enough of the right things like exercise and sleep. For wealth, it's about educating yourself as much as possible, talking to a lawyer if possible or necessary when it comes to businesses or financial matters. When it comes to, we looked at health, wealth, now we'll look at love, staying open to love, but realizing that this is a month where you will also have to ask questions. This receptivity card is about being willing to take in or to be loved again, especially if you had to leave a relationship or if you lost someone that you loved. Five of Flames for your Destiny card. This is where you're headed. You're busy. It's going to be a busy month. It's going to be an even busier fall for many of you in the Northern Hemisphere. So over the next few months, I want you to shine brightly and surround yourself with resplendent souls that will not take away from your shine, but actually help you shine just as brightly. All right, finally, I don't want you to feel like you're an outsider. Take the first steps towards recovery, towards being seen, towards being loved. The end of the month is about coming back out into a place of visibility. That's why the Star card came through, and that's possibly why I needed to not read it in the weekly and then see it here in the monthly, because these are basically showing me the same thing. This is about needing to get out, needing to be seen. This is about feeling like you're afraid or that you don't have the keys or the permission to be seen, but you do. I hope this helped, and if you ever would like a more detailed or personalized reading, I do offer one-on-ones, and you can check my rates and availability by either looking in the description area right above the comments. There's a link there that says book a reading. There's also a link within the video and also on the very end screen, so that's a great way to check availability. If you'd like to connect on social media, I also have links within the description area to connect on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'd love for you to join as few or as many as your time allows. I also have a newsletter which will inform you when I post new videos, or you can just subscribe to this channel, which is probably the easiest, and there's also a notification bell that will send you an email when something's posted. Also, just a reminder that this is a viewer-supported channel, so if you found that this was especially useful and you want to send a love donation, there's a link for donations as well, but that's up to you, and there's no pressure there. Finally, and I mean this with much gratitude and sincerity, I really appreciate the love, the support, the comments, the feedback. You guys really make it worth it each month, and I feel honored to be able to do this. I've had many other jobs before, and it's nice to be able to work with people that are appreciative, so thank you so much. In this month, I wish you all the best, whatever it takes to overcome that challenge that we saw with Death Reversed and Judgment Reversed, and really that I want for generosity to come into your life. So I gave of my time, and I hope that good things come to you as well. Take care of yourselves. Much love and light until we see each other again. Bye-bye.